And we're back with the Real Estate Radio Hour here on 830 WCCO. We always have room for your calls or text messages relating to real estate, 651-989-9226. Or you can send a text at 81807. Here again, Chris and Andy.
Hey, I just wanted to thank you, Denny. Kevin and Justin, Justin had said something about how to get kind of his company likes to get everything done up front. But that's a sort of value.
That's right. We were talking that's one of the W.J. Bradley's distinctions that makes them different and unique, and that's a form of value and value creation for their customer.
Now now he needs to portray that to the general public, right? Is what we're saying?
Help the general public understand and recognize how that distinction creates value for them.
Right.
And during the break, we use the term value drivers. That is a value driver for their customer, having everything buttoned down and in order so that the closing can take place. That's a key value driver, and so Justin and W.J. Bradley lines up their capabilities to that value driver and communicates that in a way that resonates and is compelling with their customers.
So this is what you're really doing, for these companies, is figuring out. We just did it for the mortgage. You did it for us on the real estate end of it before, but you do it for multiple different companies too.
That's exactly right.
It works for everyone.
It's clarifying that message. And, the unique thing here is Justin is very good at articulating and communicating that, and W.J. Bradley clearly has a unique spot in the marketplace between the small lenders and the great big behemoth lenders, and that's their distinction and the unique value that they can bring to their prospects and customers.
Yeah, that's so true. I've seen how many of my customers, just because you have your checking account there doesn't mean that they're going to be great at mortgages, and having an actual mortgage professional that actually does their job and does it fantastic is a rarity. I shouldn't say. There's a lot of good ones out there.
That's right.
And there are. But you, as Chris and I, we've been in the business a while. We know that when we get somebody's name, if I get a Justin Jurkovich approval letter, I'm like, that makes it. And we've all had that experience. How many times have you, and Kevin, you said on the break, you had a friend that just recently had a transaction where they were ready to close and the financing falls through.
That's right.
And that's exactly why you line up with a good loan officer.
That's exactly right. You bet it is. And Chris, one last point. You can either be cheaper, you can be better, or you can be different. If you don't want to compete on price, that means you have to be better and different. And better and different is value. What is it that you bring that is better value or different value? So if you're not going to be the lowest price provider out there, you have to demonstrate how you can be better and different. So what we were just talking about with Justin and W.J. Bradley, it demonstrating what makes them better and different than the other lenders in the marketplace.
That's great. Hey, we got a text here. It says, "Nice job, Andy." Joe Coltis.
Oh boy, what a great realtor that guy is. He's we come across each other quite a bit up in the North Metro. Joe's been in the new construction business. Now he's into remodeling, and just an overall great guy. And so thanks for listening, Joe. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's good. And you guys had kind of a not the funnest time this week, but it turned out pretty good. Your father-in-law,
Robert
had passed away.
Steenerson. He did.
Yeah.
He great guy. It's been 3 days of waterworks. I tell you, it's been. He was one of those guys that born on the farm and came to the big city, and we were sitting there laughing because he had this huge job opportunity. He says, "I'm going to the cities to work for Leroy Signs," which they're still in business. He worked there 37 years, but he came up here for $1.26 an hour. Isn't that crazy to think about that? Yeah, and it was rest in peace, Bob, or Bubba, as I call him, and it was a lot of fun.
That $1.26 an hour does sound familiar sometimes in real estate.
Yeah, so true.
It does. Say, hey, we've got some text messages, some phone calls. We'll see if we can get to everything.
Yeah, we want to sell our house in 2013. We have our own buyer lined up. What's the best way to proceed? And do we need a realtor? I always say this getting the buyers
the key.
Yeah, but it's maybe the easier part. Getting the whole transaction.
You don't need
get an attorney or
short stand. Yeah, I'd say you can use a realtor, but make sure to negotiate that because a big part of our job is the marketing and paperwork. If we're just doing a portion of our job, we should be able to allow to have that happen.
And commission's negotiable.
Absolutely.
Okay, how well do apartment buildings sell in the wintertime? I'll tell you right now, I've got a number of investors that are looking for them. So if you have an apartment building to sell, certainly let us know.
We do.
Because we do. We have a lot of people out there that are looking for sure. I know you wanted to mention All-American Title.
All-American Title, yeah. Kevin Webb, the good-looking guy that he is, he runs the All-American Title. He was actually in Minneapolis-St. Paul Magazine with his beautiful wife, and they were back there. I thought that's kind of a fun little plug for those guys. They were, obviously having fun at a fundraiser, and they captured the moment, and it looked like they were having a good time. So,
yeah, and they do a good job.
Yeah.
And I know we have a phone call. I don't know if we're going to – maybe we can grab that question
Let's
real
see.
quick.
Barb, are you with us? What can we do for you? Hello, Barb.
Yeah, hi. My daughter paid $228 for a townhouse. Now the value is down to $90. They put 2 mortgages on it when she bought it. She wasn't behind on any payments or anything, and she went into the bank to see if she could get on one of the government programs to reduce the value and refinance. And both times she went in, they told her walk away. Now, I thought the government was supposed to help those people.
Well, that's what those programs are for. But Justin, why don't you jump in on that one?
What have you heard on that?
Well, I obviously I don't know all the specifics of the deal, but typically there is at least something that will allow her to qualify for some type of loan to provide some relief for her. But what the banker said or who said to walk away, there again, I don't know the specifics. But it just doesn't seem right to just tell her to walk away. Typically, there's a fix there somehow.
Yeah, well, Barb, have your daughter listen in next weekend because we actually have Mark V and Zwiefel. They're actually short sale attorneys, and we can rephrase that question again, and he'll have resources available to you, and they know exactly how to navigate through that minefield of a short sale and making sure that you get through it without any damage,
Here's another quick question. Justin, you can answer this one. This is a really good one. I have my house up for sale. Everyone wants your mortgage. Is there really that much difference?
Well, all I can tell you is until you've been through a painful process, you're not going to think so. But when you are going through the process and you're dealing with a professional, you'll know, and you'll know how much smoother the transaction is.
All right, we've got to run, guys. Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas
to you guys.
Everybody.
And if you want to get in touch, here's that toll-free number set up specifically for CCO listeners, 800-246-1867. That's 800-246-1867. Or get on the web at realestateradiohour.com. We'll see you back here again next week with more of the Real Estate Radio Hour on CCO.